One can gaze upon something and see the wonder in it. Two can gaze together and share that wonder.
What a great mantra. I am Couch Coop and I'm going to be looking at LittleBigPlanet 3. They gave us too much. You want me? They gave us too much. You having a stroke, Coop? They gave us too much brilliant 2-player, 3-player, 4-player local co-op content with LittleBigPlanet 3. Any local co-op video game today or even platformer is an absolute joke up against the content that this game offers you, and more importantly, community and user-based content.
So let's build.
User-based content is kind of at the front of my mind at the moment. There's a lot of Starfield reviews out there, and that ship design system gives the user a huge amount of creative freedom, and it's only a matter of time before we see a 120-foot set of intergalactic cock and balls.
News on the LittleBigPlanet Great Mind Grapevine.
We can't have anything nice. You saw the Tears of the Kingdom memes. Let's focus back on LittleBigPlanet, why it's so important to me, and what systems it's available on, and what we're looking at here. Essentially, this game's actually running on a PlayStation 4 Pro. I've got my machine round of mates, got some local co-op going, and it ran fantastically well. Sackboy's Big Adventure is currently available on the PlayStation 5, as an SSD official release. Now, that game is a drop in the ocean of what this game offers on a sort of content creation and prefabricated platforming level. This is a brilliant side-scrolling arcade game in its own right on a single-player level, and it's always churning new content and new ideas to you. Even now, I couldn't believe it. Those updates are probably from like 6 years ago, but it's cool to get new maps, new news, and play a bit of pinball. The mammoth celebs Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie feature in the voiceovers for this. I was a bit dubious about that. I thought it wasn't Stephen Fry at the start, or I thought that he did the narration for the first two games and they got some sort of doppelganger Fry in, but no, all legit. All the first three games have got them in them, voicing villains and main characters, and of course that main narration. I do want to show you some of the cool boss fights and set pieces. This game takes its level design and aesthetics really seriously because it's kind of showcasing a lot of the freedom that you get in the level design section, which we'll get to in a second.
I think I will destroy you instead.
There is a story, there is some campaign structure, there is a villain and some funny things that are happening to Sackboy and the characters. If you have a younger one, this is going to pull them in, and there is no violence or any macabre combined with this level design element. It's kind of a big deal. You've got a lot of roadblocks, user generated buzzwords happening at the moment, so pulling in the kids and getting them to make something creative and enjoy it with them is certainly the way forward, I think.
He never done no one no harm. He don't know no better.
Some great voice acting, not only from Fry and Laurie. That was a working class British person I think they were trying to imitate there, and with some success. One of the early things that strikes you is how traditional this campaign structure or level design is. A little bit like the early Mario and Nintendo games. You've got a cool open world map, you've got choices, things open up secret routes, you've got levels you can get to if you want to take time to go down a particular direction. We are just coming up to the 4-minute mark. See you later. 68% of you. We're going to look at some local co-op content in 2 ticks. Just want to cover some of this detail on the campaign structure.
Hold down the triangle button to open it up, and from there you can check on your have-dones and yet-to-dos using your left stick.
You've almost got like a pinning-like system to prioritise your little side quests and main quests and discoveries within all of the maps. They come with multiple different directions to go at them in, and you also keep your cool weapons if you replay this from the beginning. That's a really good idea. I'm talking about going back to earlier levels and using a power that you didn't have before. Dare I say it, Metrovania element there.
Oh, how I love the mountain air. It's just so airy.
But it's just this vibrancy and joy and enthusiasm you see and hear within the game structure itself. You're just smiling ear to ear. There's nostalgia in here because you can remember firing this up for the first time, maybe on your PlayStation 4, but also just the fact that we don't see this sort of stuff anymore. The cool little stickers, the idea of pulling up your inventory in real time and switching out your skins and little trinkets Any of it can be done anywhere, and it was also leaning on that touchpad, giving that almost mouse-like freedom to a lot of the menus.
Come on! I can't feed Matilda and run a kitchen!
Lighting still looks really good. I love the ideas of the sticker system, in-game graffiti, that was sort of phased out. You still see some of it in Overwatch or Apex, sort of leaving your mark on the map, but this was done here first, and done really well with just so many distractions, with actually putting your personal touch on an already constructed level. Two super interesting things happened here. We were going into a challenge room and the game actually looked for someone else to pull in. And not only did it look, it got a rando in. I was just gobsmacked that anyone's out there still playing this game online. Also the fact that it was all kind of automatic, and I would have avoided this because I really don't want randos in my footage, but it was quite welcome, it was pretty cool. And we got that brilliant doppelganger level that we saw in a lot of Mario 3D games, where you're dealing with saving more than one sprite character, so to speak. I also want to say this is not an easy game, and you will face challenge. It's not Hollow Knight by any stretch, but don't think this is just some kid-friendly left to right, jump a little bit. No. You've got some great gravity and physics and cling physics. The idea of grabbing onto objects and swinging them and using that engine, that beautiful side-scrolling physics that really felt ahead of its time and still look really great and sound awesome. We're just going into the shop here. I know who voices this character. I can't put my finger on it.
Oh, you have the look of a discerning fashionista. I am Zoom Zoom, and this is Zoom Zoom's Fashion Imperium.
I'm pretty sure that's offensive on some level, but 2014, different time, and the currency system. So you're always looking out for reward because you want to get some cool stickers down, or you want to change your outfit. We were going for a Red Riding Hood wolf theme here, but there's hundreds of them. And I think that was always the pull to a certain extent. There's a bit of looter in here with finding secret little outfits and attachments, or even skins for your characters that make you look like a badass or raise you up above everybody else. That was the rando's 6 seconds of fame there, and you can still keep going if someone drops, so there's quite a lot of tension. If you've all died, the last person's got to get to the checkpoint. A lot of shouting can occur, mostly from my side of the room. What on earth were they thinking, giving us that nutsack big adventure game? Anybody who played that, who was into the LittleBigPlanet series, knows how short-changed we were. Now, why am I repeat showing you footage? There's some screen tear here. I haven't seen it for a while. Bit of nostalgia for me as a PlayStation 5 owner. But over on the Pro, we got a little bit of dodginess. Now, remember, we've got 9 sprites on screen. So I was pretty impressed how I was handling that. But there was a caveat, and of course you can see it just shafting in here. Nothing really to complain about that much. It's also just dawned on me that this is actually a PlayStation exclusive, and you can still get it on the PSN store, of course. It went through some discount phases, but it's out there and I thoroughly recommend getting hold of it. I've just seen a physical copy actually on Amazon, which would really be something I would consider going for myself. As you all well know, I am the snail on the razor with my PSN account, my original one, so I don't want to be locked out of that at some point and never be able to play LittleBigPlanet 3 again.
Hold down on the left stick and press the action button to jump down a step.
That's definitely Hugh Laurie. I think they switch out on narration or depending on what level you're on. And Hugh also voices that villain, I'm pretty sure, as well, which is damn funny. He gets really nasty and cheesy, and monologuing. You'll be having a good laugh at some of the plots and plot holes in the story of this game. It's completely off the hook, and it's really strange how Sony were mammoths back then. I think a lot's changed and things have equaled out a little bit with the two consoles, but this was a bit of a golden age for the guys. They must have had a big budget for this, and when it was released it was kind of like rolled out everywhere, big adverts and colourful images of this beautifully vivid, perfect platform game that also exists on a dual plane, meaning that you can go back and forward into the foreground. This adds a huge amount of complication to some of the puzzles, but more importantly, where the hell all those secrets are. Right, let's get to the juicy stuff. I had absolutely no idea that the creator mode offered local co-op. You're all on screen. You can move both characters around, design little sections yourselves, test it in local co-op. There is so many hours of fun here. Once we got to this, it was like, no thanks campaign. We're going to make our own. We're going to test it. Absolute mountain of user-based content already in here. This is the area to go, especially with your kids. They'll come up with some great ideas and you can test them out and thrash them and watch them get devastated at how easy you found their poorly made level. There is no other game out there that I know that offers this amount of local co-op content on a created level and is also an excellent platformer that allows you to sort of test edit almost instantly. I'm going to double check this actually does work on my 5 because I'm back at the Couch Coop headquarters and we've got that still holds up coming really shortly. That got the vote. I'll be uploading that before Sunday. I've got to wait till the 6th to get Starfield on Game Pass because I'm not going to fork out full price for that on Steam or anything else, so I will get my teeth into it, but I'll just be late as always. And of course, you know, stick it in the list, put it on Got You. Thank you to the 3% who are still watching. I have been Couch Coop. I will see you down there.